Hello everyone, hope you're all okay. Right, before I put them all away, I thought I would come on and show you some painty papers that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. The first ones, I should still add more to them as time goes on, but there was with the, the Mia gouaches that I showed you the other week. So these ones are with those. I was just playing about with them, and it's I've got colouring book pages. I've just used some colouring book pages. I like to do them both sides, depending, just so that I've got it decorated both sides, whether it's for journals or flowers or whatever. Just basically playing with all the colours. Sat outside doing this. If you can hear any creaking about, Mr. Doodle's upstairs, so it could be the fridges that you can hear creaking actually. That one, it was so lovely sitting outside. I love these paints so much. Really so vibrant. I'll leave the link to the video where, in case you didn't see it, where I just basically showed you the inside of the paint pots. So that is those. They're all the ones that I did with the gouache paints, or gouache, however you pronounce it. I always used to call it gouache, and then I started hearing people call it gouache, so I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. And somewhere along the line, this little bubble has appeared. I don't know where that has come from. That just appeared yesterday. Right, now, so they was probably the beginning of last week, could have been the week before, I don't know, time flies. Then, yeah, sort of towards the end of last week, and this week, Dylusions paints, right. If you've got these, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're absolutely beautiful, beautiful coloured paints. They're lovely, but that one's okay. But they dry out, and they're awful in that way. So I've got loads of pots of them, and I think I've emptied about 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, about 18 or 20 pots, emptied them. Mr. Doodle helped me last week. They'd all gone, well, it was drying up. Some of them were so far gone that I've just saved them in another pot, because I'm not throwing them out, because they're like £5 a pot. You can't afford to throw them out, but they are gorgeous paints. So he was chopping them all up. Let's have a look. I think I've still got some more to use up. 1, 2, 3. There's about 4 that are okay. Yeah, 4. They're all okay still. But like this one, purple, it had gone all like congealed, and so Mr. Doodle, bless him, he was helping me. Well, he was doing all that. I said, oh, can you chop them up, see if we can get them to work? And I've got this acrylic retarder, which is, it like keeps the paint sort of from drying out. So he was mixing some of that in with it and chopping it up. And I thought, I'm just not throwing them out. I'm not throwing them out. So that he was doing that. I'll just move those out of the way. Oh, and I save all the lids to do something with later. I've done these before and put them through the embossing folder and all that sort of thing. But now I've got loads of empty pots. Can we get these clean? Can we? Heck as light. I mean, as I was emptying them, I was throwing them in a bucket of water. The lids, Mr. Doodle says, oh, I'll take those all inside now and I'll give them all a wash. The lids, he said, came absolutely spotlessly clean, no problem. That, he just couldn't get it out. So I said, oh, let's forget that now. I'll try and sort those out in the winter. We're not wasting any more time. Yeah, so I've got all those. And, right, now these might be boring to you because it's all the same. But I've got, I just used this. Sometimes I use a store card, but my palette knife was out, so I just used that. And I've literally just scraped all these colours, all the sort of the same tones they are now, but all different colours. This is pieces of mount board that you've heard me talk about before, a picture framing board. It's a great substrate. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, and these was all this sort of size. And I've literally just, you know, scraped it on. All the same colour. This is again his mount board. I'll probably do more to these another day, I don't know, but for now I just wanted to show them, and then I'm going to go and see if I can find somewhere for them to live for now. These will probably all get chopped up for different things, but they'd make, you know, great journal covers, really great journal covers. That one, some I've done on the back, some I haven't bothered. But aren't they pretty? Oh, I was just in my element doing these. Absolutely loved it. I mean, there was one day, and we were actually, it could have been when we'd started this, we were actually sat outside under the umbrella. Mr. Doodle says, do you realise we've been out here 8 hours? It was great. It was just obviously a lovely heat. Well, they was actually the last batch that I did. And the first lot was, this is like some sort of chocolate bar packaging or something like that. Oh, excuse me, I've got an itchy nose and now I need a little sip of my Pepsi. Ah, lovely. Yeah, so I've got 2 or 3 of those. I did just sand these down a bit. Those, some of these I mixed with, I've got like a pearlescent in this sort of form, a pearlescent, this was from Hobbycraft, pearlescent, I don't know, mixative thing. Probably see it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I was just messing about. Oh, and I'd also got, so I've got some tubs of, oh no, I've took them upstairs now so I can't show you, tubs of half empty tubs or nearly empty tubs of gesso that I had added some talcum powder to and some white paint and some white glue. Can't give you any measurements because I just slopped it in. You know how I like to experiment. Slopped it all in, mixed it up, and ended up mixing it with the paint to help it to, you know, to stick to the packaging a bit better, and just to use that up as well. Say this was literally by just scraping it on and off, and I'm pretty sure all of these I did with that, with the palette knife. I don't know what that was. Oh, that was out of a file or something that I'd bought. And then lastly is these huge cereal boxes. These were what I did first actually. But aren't the colours just gorgeous? That one and that one. So that's my little show and tell for today. Oh, and then I will just show you this. Paint gloppies. We've got pots and pots of paint gloppies now. But these, look, this is like the ones that Mr. Doodle says I can't do anything with that. Says, well, don't throw them out. We can chop all those up at another time and make some sort of thing. Glue them down and Mod Podge over it and do something with them. So they're huge paint gloppies. And they're a little bit sticky, some of them. And then there's a small thing there as well with little bits. They'll go on ATCs and things like that. Done that before. But yeah, we've got loads of little pots of paint gloppies and scrapings, and well, you pay for it, don't you? So why throw it away? And then last but not least, because I've got all the labels off of the tops of here, I thought, well, they're a bit too pretty to throw away. So I've got this book that I just, when I've been using the Dylusions, this is just for Dylusions paints. I just, you know, scrape any excess, or brush any excess off. Sometimes I'd stencil through. Well, this is what I was going to show you. So I've just literally stuck all that. I'd already done this back page with, it looks as though it's got probably, oh no, I went over it with Mod Podge, that's it. Stuck those down with a bit of Mod Podge. Not very well, but I'm going to leave those. It's a bit touchy-feely, isn't it? Whether I'll do anything else to that, I don't know, but it just seemed a shame to throw them away. Yes. And this book, I've shown these books before. They're from the Works. I got them from the Works. I think there was £3 each, and the first one I got, oh, I'm not going to show you that now, but the first one I got, I've done all sorts of sprays and that in it with the oh, what do you call it, pixie powders, cosmic shimmer pixie powders, and they got really wet, and the paper is absolutely brilliant. So it was only a cheap book. That's pretty, isn't it? I did that a long time ago, but when this is all full, I'll start to do other bits in it then. Yes. So that is it, people. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I think I'm going to venture outside now. What with, I don't know, but we shall see. But no, first of all, I need to get all this put away. It's mental. Okay, take care and thank you for watching. Bye.